Hello, guys, and welcome. I am coming to you live from my home studio, and I'm here to give you a little bit further explanation on the sketch journal assignment that you got a video from me yesterday. So, if you missed yesterday's video, it is in Schoology in the sketch journal assignment in the second 9 weeks. It was also sent to you in an email, so hopefully you found one of those. I'm also going to actually put it into the announcement section of Schoology this one today so that you can see it and refer to it. So, after you have drawn your chair, which hopefully you have been working on in class yesterday and probably today, you should then be selecting colors and textures and symbols that help tie in your person, because remember, it is called a chair fit for a king or queen. I brought it some new examples today. So if you look at those examples, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. You can see that this person modified a chair that they found online. And they obviously have a lamp and a coat, and then they even have a little table that has, I believe, a piece of paper in there. Interestingly enough, the one that is further down was made for a person with autism. So they researched the idea of some of the symbols of autism and they put that in there. The other one, that's the blue chair in the bottom corner, you'll notice that they actually put text or writing. I think, if I remember correctly, it was a special prayer that person taught one of my former students. And so they put it both on the ottoman and on the pillow. And you can see that the hat and the items that are laying around the chair are all related to that person that they felt they wanted to make their throne or their chair fit for a king or queen about. So, as a friendly reminder, don't forget that you need to have full value. In other words, it needs to be shaded so that it feels three-dimensional like a form. The blue chair is a great example of that. The blue chair also has a cast shadow. You'll notice that the chair that deals with autism does not have a cast shadow in it. So, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, you could see why that person probably did not get full credit, but it's a great drawn chair. It has value. You'll notice, like in the crease or the bend of the chair, it gets darker. So there are a lot of great things. You'll even notice a little bit of shading around the cylinder at the bottom of the chair, the post that's holding the chair up. So there are a lot of good things happening there, but they didn't create a cast shadow. Remember, the other big thing, which you should be working on at this point, is that it should be in 1 point perspective. You could do 2 point perspective if you wanted, but at minimum, it needed to be 1 point perspective, meaning it needed to look like it was three-dimensional. You could start with a cube and sort of break it apart so that it could become a chair. The example I shared with you yesterday was an egg chair. That was sort of a 60s egg chair, and they have symbols all the way around. You'll notice little fishies that are swimming around, also symbols about the person that they respected or appreciated. So you can choose to do whatever type of chair you want, but this one, obviously, they used the basis of a sphere or an egg shape, so that they shaded based on that. But most of them, as I probably understand, are probably going to be more cube based and then sort of break it apart. And as I said yesterday, you can do it on a separate sheet of paper, not in your journal, and then eventually cut it out and apply it. Most of these students did that. When I come back, or hopefully when I come back, I'm going to have you do some texture and some designs on the background. But if you have something you want to do, for example, if you have a room that you'd like to put the chair in, again, the room should be shaded. It should feel three-dimensional, and it should in some way have some kind of writing that tells us a little bit about why that person is important to you and why you chose the symbols. In other words, the chair shape, the size, the pattern of the chair, or some of the additives. So, for example, this person has a coat hook with a lamp that's attached. You'll see the person, as I mentioned, has the writing on the pillows, the autism chair. So, explain all of that in writing in some way. And that's where you'll see in several of them, you'll see writing in the background. This chair here, you can barely see it, but there's some script or cursive writing that's in the background, sort of hidden. But all of them someplace had them, but I cropped closely so that you could see more about the chair. So hopefully that gives you some insight. You can be using colored pencil. You could be trying some watercolor pencil. Where are they, Mr. Triner? They're in a drawer directly underneath the classroom shelving along the counter. You're more than welcome to go in there and get them from there. So good luck, and I'll get back to you. Sorry, guys.